It may be the one thing professional athletes and their families dread the most, getting traded and having to move. But there is a company out there making that transition easier. Ed Kaminsky is the president of SportStar Relocation, and he joins us now on the hot list. Ed, how are you?
I'm great. Good to be here, JW.
Oh, we appreciate you joining us. Tell us about your business and how it all got started.
You know, I've been selling luxury homes for 20 years. I happen to be located in Manhattan Beach, California, which is just outside of Los Angeles. It has become an absolute haven for athletes and movie stars. And, you know, selling $100 million worth of real estate annually, I recognized a need in the business. You know, when these guys are drafted or they're traded, they are often left helpless. So SportStar Relocation comes in, they can go to our website, plug in the city they're moving from, the city they're moving to. We help with getting their home sold where they're at, help them find their new home, finance their purchases, get all their belongings shipped from the city they're going to. We basically handle everything from soup to nuts.
And how many players and athletes have you handled? Because this has only been around for about, what, a year? Is that right? You've been doing this?
Well, you know, I've been helping athletes locally here for, like I said, close to 20 years. And we started paying attention to the national market about a year and a half ago. And, you know, these guys are like, they're basically like regular people. They have a job, they have a wife, they've got their 2.2 kids, a cat, a dog, and 15 fine automobiles, just like you and I, JW.
Sure.
So, you know the routine. You know, the GM makes a call, calls the athlete, and, you know, they basically say, listen, you know, we're trading you today from Dallas to New York City, and we need you there tomorrow. Well, you know the next phone call. You married, JW? You know what they say.
What's that?
A happy wife is a happy life.
Well,
so,
yeah, you're handling everybody, the athletes, yeah, exactly, their wives and their families. How busy were you yesterday in the NHL trade deadline day? A record 25 trades yesterday involving 40 players.
You know, there's a lot of stuff going down. So usually we get the phone calls 2-3 days later, so the word starts spreading. So. You know, last week we've got a call from Jim Jackson with the LA Lakers trade from Phoenix. And, you know, the usual thing is wife gave me a call and said, Ed, I know the routine. This is my 13th team. She goes, I need to be set up by this weekend. And actually within 24 hours, we had them a house. We picked it out on the computer, sent some pictures. They're going to come in here. Their utilities are set up. Their phone is set up. Cable TV. We actually have groceries being delivered to the house. Everything's set up for when they show up.
Yeah, and now you have a network across the country that's more than just real estate agents. Tell us about that. Everyone that's under your umbrella, so to speak.
Well, basically, I originally set up a network of over 2,000 agents in 43 different states to handle every city. And then it followed with jet service, valet service, butlers, chefs, babysitters, you know, helping them set up with schools. You know, they need a haircut, whatever it is. They needed some tennis shoes, you name it, we've got it covered. When they get in there, basically our goal is to be a resource for stress relief. These guys got to focus on the game. If their family is happy, they're happier. Basically, they can focus on the game, win more games, win more championships, and that's what we're here to help them do.
Now, among some of your clients, Johnny Damon and Coco Crisp. Johnny goes to New York. Coco comes to Boston to replace Johnny. Any thoughts of giving Coco Johnny's old place?
Well, you know what? That happens a lot. We've seen a lot of trades like that where, you know, thinking back in Arizona, Phil Mickelson sold his house to Tony Amonte. We just sold a house in Los Angeles from Slava Medvedenko, a Russian basketball player, ends up selling to another Russian businessman that sold it to Alex Frolov recently, another Russian hockey player. So you see these things happen all the time. Johnny Damon, we did get his home sold in Boston, and Maria Chris gave us a call the other day saying, hey, listen, I'm going to Boston. What do I do? Where do I go? Where should I live?
Now, how do you help your clients look for homes down in Miami?
You know, you bring that up, that's a funny story. Actually, when you go down to Miami, there's a good chance, depending on your budget, we're going to pick you up in a helicopter to let you pick out your next home. Now, if you know, your budget's closer to $2-3 million, you'll probably get relegated back down to a limousine, and it wouldn't be a stretch. It'd probably be a town car.
Only $2 or $3 million.
That's right.
You were located in Manhattan Beach, California, as you mentioned, which is a haven for sports stars. Maria Sharapova lives in a glass house. Tell us about that.
Well, yeah, she just came to town, and You know, I didn't look, but I do know that most of that house is built in glass. It's overlooking the beach. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like I said, everybody's been down here. Tigers had a place. Nomar Garcia-Parra just bought down here with Mia Hamm. I mean, the Bruins' great Glenn Murray and Brian Smolinski's been here. You name it. Derek Karros is here. It's just athlete world down here.
We're assuming that Maria doesn't throw stones at her glass house. At least we hope not.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Hurricane Katrina actually affected some of your clients. What was your role in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina?
You know Phil Jackson. His longtime assistant coach Jim Jackson, who's with the Bulls during the Jordan era, and of course the Lakers during the Kobe and Shaq era.
Jim Clemens, you mean?
Jim Clemens. He needed to relocate from Los Angeles to New Orleans. Got picked up by that team, and we helped him get settled in there. And you know what happened last August 29th? Katrina comes to town, and who calls? Mrs. Clemens. She says, Ed, listen, here's what's going on. We're stuck in a hotel. I got to get my kids back in school. I don't know where Jim's going to be coaching now. I think he's going to Oklahoma City. So basically, we helped her get relocated back to Los Angeles so she can get her kids in school. Matter of fact, I let her set up an office in my office so she could still run her business. Helped Jim get relocated, and now we have to deal with the house in New Orleans. We, as a company, can handle multiple cities, and there's very few people across the country that can really help out in a situation like that. And we're just glad to be here for those guys.
Ed Kaminsky, president of SportStar Relocation, thanks for joining us here on the Hot List.
Thank you so much.